Hello everyone, this is Plastique Tiara, and today we're going to be going over all of my looks from season 9 of RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars. Let's get into it. First look is our promo look. This look is created by a Vietnamese designer legend. When I got the theme for our promo shoot, which is goddesses who saved the world, I really wanted to represent my people of Vietnam and especially the indigenous part of Vietnam. This textile right here is from the Hmong people. They are known for this beautiful textile, and my designer actually hand embroidered everything from head to toe, and this gown took I think about 3-4 months to put together. And this hair is made by Jean Baptiste, and the ribbon around is made by Cazius, who is also known as Alex Gomez here in LA. And I've always wanted this ribbon to float around me because if you ever look at Asian mythologies, a lot of fairies or deities or goddesses always have a ribbon floating around them, and it's also very grand. So I really wanted that to translate through into the outfit. And this outfit is so heavy, and it has like a huge hoop skirt underneath that spans about 8-9 feet diameter. So it was too heavy for me to walk in, so I had to put it on set. This shoot is done by Miller Tran in Vietnam. We shot this indoors, but it looks like we were on a mountain outside, and it's just one of my most treasured memory ever in this outfit. And I'm so happy that I was able to make my re-debut back into the drag race world in this outfit. What an absolute joy. My process for coming up with all these looks was to throw all of these prompts in a PowerPoint and then going through carefully assigning different artists who I think would do best in these categories, along with the hair and the jewelry and the shoes and the nails and everything in between. A lot of these looks were planned out, but some of these were also last minute as well. Oh my gosh. These costumes were done all over the place. The majority of them was done in Vietnam, where I had gone back several times in a span of a month or two just for fittings and transporting them back and forth. The hair is made by a few hair artists in Paris and Milan. I think some of them are in the state as well, and mostly all of the shoots were done in Vietnam. So the journey of transporting these looks all the way from Vietnam to here to film, and then transporting them from here to Vietnam to shoot, and then from Vietnam back here. Who else would do that? Me, of course. So needless to say, I am very proud of all of these looks. Coming back to All Stars, I didn't really have any expectation other than destroying the runway my way. I am so happy to be able to showcase Asian excellence right out the gate. This is my entrance look. I really wanted to represent pageantry, which is huge in Asia, and that's why I went in and I said Vietnam, because that's what they do in pageants. If you Google Miss Grand or Miss Universe, they always say their name and then go out and scream wherever they're from. That was what the reference was. And this garment is made by, again, Alex Gomez. Super talented. I think on the mood board was also the crystal dress from Belle Hadid mixed with pageantry in Vietnam. And this skirt also is a tearaway, because just in case they decide to dunk me in water or set me on fire or throw me in a hurricane, we are prepared. Next is the first challenge of All Stars 9, Drag Queens Save the World. and I decided to cosplay as Sailor Starlight. Sailor Starlight is a male presenting pop star by day, and at night they transform into Sailor Starlight to save the world from evil. So I had said, what better reference is there to pull for this challenge? I've always loved anime, and I've always loved Sailor Moon growing up because they were the epitome of girl power, and this is such a cool moment for me. The outfit is made by Michael Brambilla here in LA, and the hair is by Edward Scissorhand. All the hair here, all the ponies at least, are mostly made by Edward Scissorhand. He just knows his way around a pony. Oh my gosh. So, I'm gonna say this a lot, but this has got to be one of my favorite looks ever. Growing up as a chubby little kid, I've always imagined what it would be like on the other side, I guess. And I've always loved the Victoria's Secret fashion show. It was just so to have lingerie on and walk down the runway in a giant pair of wings. I specifically got these wings made for this runway category because I knew I really wanted to use it for my signature look. And if I'm gonna wear a 20 feet span wings, I'm going to have the tiniest bikini and the tiniest sandal on my feet. The wings are made by Crooked Feather, and these wings weigh about 60 pounds. During the time I was very little, and standing on my tiny little Renee Cavilla was a journey in itself to get down the runway. But I'm so happy I was able to do so because she was a moment. She was a moment. So for this angel look, if you see on my Instagram, and if you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen this video of me in these wings done by Romain Gaultier. He is a mastermind at reality hacking. So he created this video for me in collaboration, and it's like Marvel level type of thing. And when I saw it, I was like, wow. He is so talented. This video shook the world, and I cannot wait to bring this look on the road. We might see it very soon. Oh, I have a surprise for you. This is the bottle from the category made by Marco. Thank you, Marco, so much. It has a little fan machine in it. And many of you asked how did I operate the wings as I was walking down the runway. I actually taped the two remotes here down at the end. So as I was walking, I was pressing one to open, and at the end I was pressing the other one to reveal myself. You know, as I was turning it, I had to like make sure not to look down and just to conceal it. What a memory that was. Oh my goodness. So needless to say, it was so much fun walking with this down the runway, and I'm glad I got to do it. And Victoria's Secret, if you are watching, I love manifesting. So if you are watching and you like a girl to walk for you, contact my agent. I'm ready for whenever. Going into the ball. For season 11, I was so close to winning a ball. So this time, I really wanted to come back. Correct. And for the monochromatic look, I had my designer in my Andai in Vietnam. His name is Le Long Yung. He is a powerhouse of a designer, and him and his team made these bondage red garment for me. It's Asian, but it's sexy. It cutouts, but it's covered up. It is absolutely beautiful. And when you stand the garment up, it just stands up by itself. That's how you know the structure is perfectly done. The hair is made by Marcos Wigs. He is another genius at wiggetry. And I was walking down the runway with a 12-inch pleaser on. So, and I knew I wanted to do red because I wanted to represent Vietnam. I wanted to do gold in the hair just to represent the star. So good. We're off to a good start. Next is the work of art category. I chose to do Yayoi Kusama, who is a Japanese artist, a trailblazer of her time, and she has countless installations and many collaborations with couture brands all over the world. So there was no other artist that I wanted to represent. And this garment actually is such a fun story because my designer, he was very late, so I had come over to his house and cut out the stencils for this and helped to basically spray paint and make the whole dress like 2 days before I had to leave. So I felt very involved in this project as well. This shoot was done by Nguyen Anh Hao in Vietnam, and the 3D everything is done by Hoang Le. He is an amazing 3D artist in Vietnam. We collaborated so many times and absolutely amazing. All these dinosaurs and dinosaur skeleton and even some of the garment is made by him. So thank you so much, Hoang Le. This hair is done by Paris Hair, a talented wig maker doll in Paris, and they are absolutely amazing at their craft. We decided to carry the polka dots from the garment to the hair, and if you zoom in to the nails on the runway, I had painted them the night before and then took little Sharpie and draw on polka dots on them because the attention to detail, you know? The paintball eleganza extravaganza. This has got to be, I think, when I first made my mark on AS9 for sure. And I love this challenge so much because it literally involved everything that I ever loved. I love to draw, and I love to daydream, and I love to draw feminine things. When I heard that we were doing a paintball, I immediately remembered when I was a little nerdy kid in high school. I really had to hide who I was inside. So the only way I can translate it was through paper and drawing. So I really wanted to revisit my first love and fully express myself now that I'm a international renowned drag queen. Because I do believe that art and drawing and painting really reveals who you are on the inside. It's not only about creating a beautiful garment, it's about letting the viewer know who I am and what I feel on the inside. I really wanted to become the drawing and take back the power. This hair that I'm wearing is made by Christophe Mecca in Paris. However, on the runway, I was wearing a little human unit made by Zachary. I stayed up so late, rhinestoning this dress, painting it. I felt like I was in my art class all over again. Oh my gosh. And then this shoot, also done by Miller Tran. He and his team had hand-dyed this sand to be this pink color for a whole week because there's no pink sand in Vietnam. And they hung this tree upside down. And as soon as I saw the set, I had said, this is next level. And so I really had to thank you, the Miller team, for making this shoot possible. And needless to say, I was so happy. If my younger self was to look at this, he would be blown away. I mean, come on. Ooh, the infamous Kitsune from the Snatch Game. You know, Snatch Game, not my gig. Serving a look, absolutely my gig. And this look is made by Marco Marco. On the runway, there are 9 tails, and if you pay close attention, each one of them was moving. So I had them wagging as I was walking down the runway. And 9 of these tails together weighs about like 50 pounds around my waist. So it was a little wild, but we got there. Thank you, Marco Marco, for making this vision come to life. This hair, everything. Thank you, Hoang Le, again for recreating these tails in the photograph. And making the vision comes to life. When I heard the category of a tail and two titties, I knew that everyone was probably gonna go. So I said, what about 9 tails and 2 titties? Kitsune in Asian cultures can take on many forms, whether that be good, evil, or neutral. Kitsune has always been an important figure in Asian culture because she is just the embodiment of and divine feminine energy. So beautiful that you cannot fault her, and that's exactly what is. The makeover challenge. I had so much fun with this challenge because, you know, in a competition, it's a pressure cooker. There's not many challenges where we get to really have fun, and this challenge was the opposite of that. It was so much fun. Thank you, Angelique, for being a hero and to be so brave to save lives every day and come in and get up in drag with us and showing us up. Angelique is a queer firefighter who saves life by day and saves the world by night. So I knew we had to do something special for her. I remember cutting out all of our names and sharpieing them and then rhinestoning them late at night to make our outfit cohesive. And my outfit, the bubbles one, is made by Marco Marco, the lettering. And then the coat is made by Daniel's Leather in New York. Love, love, love this challenge so, so much. Oh, and the Powerpuff Girls idea was actually George's idea because she had brought a Powerpuff Girls costume. So we had tailored it to Angelique's body and we rhinestoned the names, and I had brought my own light blue costume that I said, this is perfect. So match made in heaven. I mean, we killed it. So love you so much, Angelique and Georges. This shoot is done by Chi. He is a Vietnamese photographer, and we had the idea of doing the Powerpuff Girls together. And the graphic is done by Anh Nhung. He's also Vietnamese, super talented graphic designer. Of course, we had to take it a step further and do a rowdy rough boy version as well, also done by Jingye and Anh Nhung. Back in the day when they used to do Transformation Tuesdays, I really want to take that to the next level. So of course, I had to do the rowdy rough boys as well. Powerpuff Girls to me was another one of my favorite anime going up. And I always related to Bubbles the most because, you know, she's just a girl. She just wants to have fun. All she wants to do is brush her hair and live life, and that's me. But honestly, I always change characters between Bubbles, Blossom, and Buttercup. Sometimes, you know, I'm a little butch, sometimes I'm a little girly, and sometimes I'm somewhere in the middle. So Powerpuff Girls was always another one of a female empowering anime out there. So I'm so happy I got to pay tribute to the Powerpuff Girls fantasy. Plastique Chromatica. This look was a collaboration between Alex Gomez and Lirafik. The swords are also made by Laloon, aka Vicky, who is the creative director of Laloon. The hair is made by Christophe. And this look, literally IRL, it looked like I looked like one of those AI paintings. And the pieces are made out of actually leather. And we painted them with this chrome mirror finish to give them that metal looking effect. And this was everything to me. I felt so powerful walking down the runway, and the body was out. Shout out to Alex for making a translucent corset to show your belly button in a corset that doesn't have like a cincher to run across is so hard, and he did it. So, mwah! I love you, Alex. For this look, the reveal coat was done by V Monique in Chicago. She is one of my dear designer. Ever since I started drag, I have come to her to help me with many outfits. She designed many outfits on season 11 as well. So That coat was done by her. She just does everything so timely and so well. This hair, of course, done by Christophe Mecca in Paris. This was absolutely one of my favorite hair pieces I've ever worn because it is so well done, so symmetrical, and I felt so down the runway. And my makeup for this particular outfit was, I think, the first time that I went a little couture with it. The eye shape was all different. I was cutting up lashes just to glue them at the corner. The lip shape became a heart shape. She was body oiled down before she walked down the runway, ready to assassinate. And she did. Atomic Blonde. For this category, let's start off with the hair. Christophe Mecca, you created the most beautiful Usagi wig and you made all my dreams come true. Thank you so, so much. He is a wig artist in Paris and one of the most talented people that I've ever met. He created this piece of art for me, and for this category I wanted to do blonde brows and blonde eyelashes because the category is Atomic Blonde. And for the atomic part, I wanted to go with a Mugler reference, but make it anime. So Shokla actually designed this outfit for me. I mean, look at the material. As soon as I took the mask off, I felt it because everyone was like, and it's such a different look for me. I've always wanted to do a killer Usagi look, and I'm so happy that I got to do it on this runway. I can't stop looking at this hair, it's just so good. Another backpack that I was hauling down the runway. This look as well, another video collaboration was done between me and Romain Gaultier. We wanted to do a rendition of Tokyo Ghoul mixed with a little bit of kind of like the Zodiac War, Usagi, you know, like the killer bunny, and another successful collaboration. He really brought my anime fantasy come to life. So thank you so much, Romain. I love you. This outfit, I think I've said this 5 times, but this has got to be one of my favorite looks I've ever got the chance to put on my body. Another work of art by Le Long Yung in Vietnam. For this category, I wanted to wear an ao dai because the category called for a widow weep for me. And in Vietnamese culture, at a funeral, people usually wear white and the widow usually wear white or colors. So I really wanted to take this different approach to this category, as if my husband, the king, has passed away and now I have to take over the kingdom. This is as grand as it gets. Custom everything, hand done from head to toe. The hair again, Christophe Mecca, Asian bump in the front with a little motif made with hair on the forehead. I don't know how he did the scoop back because we wanted it to be a reveal in itself, because when you walk forward, I want it to look like just an updo, and when you turn, I want it to be like, it's not just an updo. Absolutely incredible work by Le Long Yung as well. I have no idea how long this dress takes to make, but I know the print is custom and is sewn from head to bottom, and it's such an honor for me to wear another ao dai on the main stage of RuPaul's Drag Race. The first ao dai I wore was in season 11 for the finale. I was so excited to wear this once again on All Stars 9. When I laid eyes on this outfit, I knew I had to present it on the biggest drag platform in the world. And all these cranes in Asian culture symbolizes peace, serenity, safe passing onto another life. For this category, I believe that this was the perfect occasion. Oh, let's talk about the nails. Mama, y'all want to talk about nails? On the runway, if you slow down and you zoom into the nails are done by Tomoya Nakagawa in Japan. He had custom 3D printed, made these nails for me and shipped them all the way from Japan for me. It was like the perfect mwah, on top of such a divine look already. So I'm so thankful for Cảm ơn anh rất nhiều. Cảm ơn anh Lê Long Dũng. Thank you so much, Tomoya. I remember as soon as I walked out, I saw RuPaul just like gasp, and he could not, his eyes kept on moving all over the garment, and his critiqued when he said, this garment belongs in a museum. And that's exactly how I felt. And for him to say that about a Vietnamese áo dài, that's all I ever wanted. Mwah! Love you, Lê Long Dũng. Cảm ơn anh. Cause you're a star, baby. Wow. Star baby. I mean, come on. For this design challenge, I wanted to basically outdid what I did prior, because I knew that my last design garment was very, very grand. So I knew that I can't go back. I just have to go forward and make something even crazier. So the name Star Baby in itself, I love the shape of stars. Who doesn't? My idea was I wanted to make a star-shaped train. But the thing about making a star-shaped train is that you have to have boning in there, or else the train will fold in on itself and look like a little rag. So I had to make boning out of little plastic trims. This was a huge undertaking, and when I tell you I worked until the very last millisecond before I walked onto the runway, I definitely did do that. I mean, everything is lined, everything is finished, everything is precisely cut. This hair is made by Edward Scissorhands the pony. The headpiece is actually made by Recklins. She is a jewelry designer from, I believe, Hawaii. That's where she resides now, but she makes almost all of my jewelry, my custom jewelry nowadays. She is absolutely so talented. So thank you for making the Mugler-esque headpiece for me. And obviously this outfit is also inspired by Mugler as well, a huge inspiration for me. And I was so happy that I got to execute it. Oh, this shoot was done by Militran once again. And there's a video of me hanging on from a bar as they were flinging this train at the bottom. So not only can she design, she's also a very strong woman. I really got myself into a handful with this one. I really challenged myself in 24 hours. How can I make something that is on the same level of all the garments that I've previously brought to the competition that was done by somebody else? I didn't want it to be a little mini dress. I didn't want it to be a swimsuit. I didn't want it to be a two-piece. I wanted it to be a star-shaped train with a gown and a fully realized bustier from top to bottom. Some say I bit off more than I could chew, but I say I kind of ate that. This shoot is just so masterfully done. All these ripples in the fabric are done by the forces of, I think, 10 men doing this as I'm standing in the middle of the photograph. As soon as I was being rushed to the runway, they said that I was going first. Somehow, someway in my brain, I was like, if the 5 points fold over, then it would create a cocoon. And I'm the first girl on the runway. I have to do something big. So I had done grab 4 points and I had said, And thanks to the boning, the star-shaped train was able to bounce itself back into shape and remain intact on the runway. This was an amazing opportunity for me to revisit my my crafty skills. She paid off, and I say it was all worth it. Ah, pearls, pearls, pearls. The reference is obviously Mugler once again, and this gown is made by Art de Fashion, aka Thomas here in LA. He was able to create the same structure as the Mugler pearl dress, and the hair is done by Paris Hair. They are another doll who makes hair in Paris. We wanted a pearl in the middle and then hair kind of engulfing the pearl. And I remember throwing extra stones on the garment and the hair very last minute, very late at 4 a.m. And this garment left a permanent mark on my body actually because one of the pin fell off and it gashed my thigh. So now I had a scar on my thigh from this garment, so I will remember this garment basically forever. This shoot, another journey from Miller, because this shell is hand carved. This is not a prop that was rented. This was custom, hand carved for this shoot. I mean, above and beyond, not even another level. So, mwah. Much love to everyone that was involved. And also one of my favorite photographs that I've ever taken. Ever, ever, ever. And this challenge, it was the Rusical. And it was so fun. The moment I stepped on stage, I never left stage. So it was so fun getting to play Rosemarie, basically give birth. Such a pleasure to give birth on stage. And I present to you the birth of Plastique. Let's get into the Lollapalooza of it all. The Assassinated Assassin. This garment is done by Michael Brambilla. This costume was one of the first costumes that me and Michael has worked together to create a open stomach yet still cinch on the sides. This silhouette started to kind of become the go-to silhouette for me when it comes to bodysuits because a girl loves to be naked, but she still needs to be, you know, and this was the way to go. I wore this for my biggest live shoot back in the day, but the thing I want to talk about is this shoot and the tattoos on my body. The tattoos, if y'all plucked it, is from Jujutsu Kaisen, one of my favorite animes ever, because why? You can't touch me. Like Gojo. I was literally balancing with my Louboutins on this ledge that was about this big. My thighs had a huge workout that day, but this shoot also has got to be one of my favorite shoots. I keep saying it, but this shoot was just so magical. I've always wanted to be a little AI assassin with doing my little bent over pose on top of a temple. And the team really made it happen. The flowers are real, the lighting is perfect. I look like if AI had created this photograph, but everything was real. So I would like to give a special shout out to my Vietnam team, Vinh Nguyen, Thuận và Phương. Cảm ơn các em rất nhiều. They are responsible for pretty much all the shoots, creatively directing and finalizing and producing all the shoots that I did with Miller Tran in Vietnam. They are what I call my tiara team in Vietnam. They really made everything possible for me, and they're responsible for all these amazing imagery that is being presented in front of you. So, mwah! Yêu em nhiều lắm nha! And I got to lip sync Pussycat Dolls for the Lollapalooza, so I'm happy. This number, this talent show is one that I will never forget. Was a summary of everything that I've learned throughout my drag career put into one. The costume is done by Nono's Lingerie. Hair is by Christoph Mecca. This pony with the fan coming out, with the lace intertwined and the rhinestone. Thank you so much, Tom Tauman, for recreating this sparkler bra for me. Gaga was the first inspiration for the sparkler bra, and when I saw, I had to know who made it, and Tom Tauman was kind enough to recreate it for me. So thank you so much for lending me your talent. I got to do my reveal, I got to twirl my lightsaber swords, I got to light some marshmallow on fire with a sparkler bra, and I got to sing in Vietnamese at the beginning of the song. The mix is made by Sherry Lily and Richie. This talent show number was an encapsulation of everything that I've learned, and I really let it all out there to the world. So thank you so much for receiving it so well, and I'm so proud of everything we've done together. The Vietnamese words that I sang in the beginning means tôi mơ một dòng sông xanh, ai xuôi mái chèo cùng tôi sớm trưa. Tôi mơ một đồng lúa chín, người thương của tôi. It is a quote from one of my favorite Vietnamese songs. It's about remembering your homeland and your loved ones. Thank you, Tom, for making this sparkler bra for me. The final eleganza. For the finale of RuPaul's Drag Race, I always knew from the beginning that I wanted to do a look inspired by Cải Lương and Hát Bội, which is Vietnamese opera. When I was growing up, I loved watching Vietnamese opera because it had extravagant costume, singing, sword fighting, drama, theatrics, colors, everything that a gay little boy in Vietnam ever dreamed of. And as soon as I knew what I wanted, I had my friend Vicky, the creative director of La Lune. He and his team worked tirelessly on this work of art, from the 3D printing to the hand drawings on the flag, to the hand-drawn designs on the outfit, to hand sculpting the shoe, to embellishing everything with rhinestones, and to source all this material and deliver it to me here in the States for me to wear on the main stage of RuPaul's Drag Race for the finale is just a dream come true. The headpiece and the bra and the shoes were all hand sculpted. The flags in the back were 3D printed. The garment itself is hand drawn by Vicky. I'm just so lucky to be able to call Vicky a friend, and he has designed for Blackpink, all the K-pop groups out there. So I really felt like I was in great hands. And these feathers are pheasant feathers, which is very traditional in Vietnamese opera. This hair is done by Marcos Wig. I am so proud of where I come from, that I will a million times again unabashedly shout it from the mountaintop. And this was the embodiment of the past, present, and future of my drag, and encapsulated with my culture and heritage. This is everything that I've ever dreamed of. Thank you so much, Vicky and Laloon, for creating this for me. And this shoot was directed by Alex Fox, who is another super talented creative director in Vietnam. And all the 3D stuff in the photos were done by Huan Lei. So thank you so much again for creating this work of art for me. And cảm tạ mọi người rất nhiều. To get this pose, I had to be strung up from the ceiling, and then two men were holding my feet. If you see on my Instagram, there is photos of me standing or kind of kneeling on a Harley. That was strung up as well. Everything of contact with my body was done for real. The funny thing is, as I was shooting, like you have to like be able to hold yourself up using your body because the string can just only hold you up. So sometimes I would just like fall forward and almost die, but we got the shot, so that's all that matters. At least if I were to perish, then I would be buried in this outfit, so not a bad way to go out. And that is the end of All Stars 9. I just wanted to take this moment to thank everyone who was involved in making this extraordinary experience happen. I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Tiara cảm ơn tất cả mọi người rất nhiều vì đã tin tưởng vào Tiara. All Stars 9 has been such a dream come true for me, not because I got to wear so many of these beautiful work of art down the runway, but because of all of you out there. Thank you so much for coming with me today on this journey. I had so much fun breaking down all the looks for you guys. And as always, I love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Mwah! Bye!